Brothers and sisters, I have something that I want to share with you. We're out here in family. We're in Jupiter, Florida. Yes, Juneau, next to Juneau Beach, Florida. Yes, it's absolutely gorgeous morning. 70 degrees. It's freaking summertime. First time I ever seen that. Okay, brothers and sisters, I have something to share with you. And anybody who's going through this, well, it's gonna get weird. And it's called Synesthesia, okay? So, when I was young, I started associating numbers with colors. Some say it's a superpower. Yes, they do. Some say it's a superpower. Well, I'm gonna tell you my case, and from my experience, what I've actually gone through from it. It's actually pretty weird. It's very weird. It's called synesthesia. So the other day, I woke up. It's not all about me. I'm just telling you from my experience. And I looked around. I'm like, wow, we live in a real complex matrix. Like, a complex matrix. Yes, when I say matrix, we live in a simulation. And I can see the simulation. And I always say in all my videos, I can see when it's gotten a little worse. It's gotten a little crazier. So I can see binary code when I see like little ripples on water. But now, so the other morning, yes, I woke up. So how do I mean synesthesia? Well, color, okay, number 1 to me is white. Number 2 is yellow. Actually, it's green. Number 3 is black. 4 is yellow. 5 is blue. 6 is red, 7 is purple, 8 is yellow, 9 is red, 10 is white, and so I don't really feel like going further than that. So, I associate colors, and I can actually see like sound waves sometimes. But the other day I woke up, and I'm like looking around, I'm like, oh my god, dude, we live in one. It's really not that complex when you look around and you see this stuff and you have this. I'm saying it's a superpower. So I see binary, dude. I see binary on top of water. And that's kind of when it first started. So anybody who has synesthesia, yo, I know how it feels. And yes, it's weird, dude. It's very strange at times, and it gets weirder. So I'm going to tell you how it's progressively, in my case, gotten weirder. So I'm reminded of all this when I walk into nature. Yes, we're in the heart of lovely nature. It's beautiful out here. Okay? So I walk into my backyard the other day. I'm like, oh, geez, dude. So with synesthesia, you can see how everything is so perfectly mapped out. And I'm going to give you an example. For example, there was a place called Contra Loma, California. I think that's where it really started. Contra Loma, California. And you could see these hills, and like you could see how this place is just like perfectly simulated. And it's strange. It's a strange I don't know. Some people say it's a superpower again. I don't know if it's a superpower because it kind of weirds me out. So I always say again, I see binary code on the water. Yes, I see 1s and 0s on the water when I see ripples on the water. I see 1s and 0s. So now I'm starting to see through trees. Okay? Yeah, it's strange. And then, so for example, okay, I'm looking at tree bark. Okay? I can see, like, freaks me out a little bit, but I can see how it's so perfectly designed that it's not by accident. We definitely live in a simulation. We're definitely in a simulation. And that's where it tends to get scary. If you have this disease, it's not a disease. They say it's a disorder. But so it develops when you're a young child. And there's another thing that comes with it. Okay, so for example, the other morning I had a cup of tea, and I also had what was it? A smoothie. And so I was drinking my smoothie, and I took a sip of my cup of tea, and all of a sudden it tasted like Lucky Charms. I'm like, okay, that's strange. I mean, but it's I don't know. It's just weird having whatever it's called. The point is this: anybody out there with synesthesia, listen. They say it's like a neurological disease, but then again, some people think it's a superpower. Do I think it's a superpower? Yeah, I guess maybe to an extent. But the thing is, though, when you have it, you can see through shit, dude. I can see through people. Like, I can almost go into people. Like, if I look into somebody's eyes. When I look into somebody's eyes, I almost feel like I can go into their brain and like hack their brain. So, I'm not gonna say it's a curse. I will say it's somewhat of a blessing and a curse. It is a strange. It's out of the ordinary. It's strange. I want to let you know, if you have synesthesia, don't worry too much about it. Just know we do live in a simulation. Yes, we live in the Matrix. This is a simulated Matrix. And there's no such thing as coincidence. Everything is destined to happen the way it's panned out. It's just gonna happen the way it's gonna happen. So so people with synesthesia, don't fight it. Don't fight synesthesia. You can't fight it. There's no fight in this battle, dude. You just have to go with the flow and realize that everything's gonna happen the way it's gonna happen, whether you like it or not. So, if you have this synesthesia disorder, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna deny it. It's pretty cool, but it's strange too at the same time. So, shout out to my brothers and sisters with synesthesia. If you don't know what it is, well, now you know. If you don't know what time it is, I don't wear a watch, and I always know the time. That's part of the reason why I always say that, because I have synesthesia. Because it makes sense to me now, because I always know what time it is, because I can see through things, and I just see things for how they are. And that's one of the benefits of synesthesia. You can see things just for how they are all the time. Synesthesia. With that said, brothers and sisters, may peace be with you. Also with you. 70 degrees out here on a lovely morning in Jupiter, Florida. Yes, I love Jupiter, Florida. Where I'm from. I'm a Jupiter warrior. And yeah, synesthesia, baby. That's what it's all about. Synesthesia is so strange. Yeah, I had to talk to a friend about my Uncle Roy. Shout out to my Uncle Roy. I was like, dude, something's going on. He's like, they have a name for it. It's called, and then he gave me this guy. I don't know. He gave me the answers that I was looking for, like what the hell is going on. So, with that said, again, brother and sister, may peace be with you. Also with you. You don't know what time it is, now you do. Don't freak out if you have this disorder. They say it's a special power, that you're very special for having it. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna deny it. Oh, wait, there's more. Okay, so I always talk about squirrels. Okay, because a squirrel to me is a glitch in the Matrix. Now let me show you something. Anybody with synesthesia will be able to see this. Pine cone. If you see how it spins so intricately, so perfectly woven, that's what freaks me out. Pine cones, dude. They don't freak me out. I love them. But you see how they're like woven together? Like so perfect. So everything is based on like, I'm gonna look more into it, but it's based on a intricate system in the Matrix, which revolves around this loop. It's a circle normally that goes in. You can find it in shells, you can find it in pine cones, you can find it pretty much anywhere you look, even in space. So yeah, synesthesia, baby. That's what it's all about. Weird shit like that. Synesthesia. At least I know what I have, my disorder. If anybody's going out there again, starting to see binary code, well, just know you're gifted. Very gifted. Yeah. Music is a mission, got to reach that crowd. I'm singing Jaja Vision, makes me feel damn proud. I'm proud to be dread. I love how you deal with it. More love how you deal with it. More love how you deal with. More love how you deal with. Love how you deal with
A